Dun, 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 dun,
Hey,
dun, 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 dun.
hey,
Indiana Jones and your
come on.
Indianapolis Colts are 1-0 for the first time since 2013. Everybody that deserves a cup clap. Let's go. Cup clap, cup clap.
Cup
Forget
clap.
about forget about Victory Monday, Addy. It's been Victory Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, probably Thursday, Friday for me. Like, I'm feeling
Come on
good.
now.
It's been a long time since
Mhm.
we've been able to say that we're one of the 1-0 teams in the league. How you feeling? What were your initial thoughts first and foremost about the win?
Yep.
And yeah, some of your biggest takeaways.
You guys know why else we all feel good and why else Logan should specifically feel good, guys. I don't know if you know this. Logan was in Ireland. Not only was he watching the Colts game, but he decided to get down on one knee. He decided to get down on one knee and pop a question. Can we
Ouch.
get a cup clap for Logan? Congratulations on getting engaged, my friend. Congratulations.
I'll give
I don't
myself
know
a
if
golf clap.
that's I don't know if that's public information or not, so you can take it out of
Oh
this if you
yeah,
need
sure.
to.
Yeah, you can
Okay,
you
okay.
can tell the
Cool.
Cup Nation for sure. No, yeah, it was
Yes.
a really cool story. I'll have to tell you the story someday, Addy, because
Hell yeah.
soon. But it's a good one. But
Hell yeah.
it's classified. It's classified information only for those
Hey
close
man.
to me.
You gotta love, man. That's what it's all about. So to do it in Ireland is sick. To watch a Colts victory as well, pretty
Dude, yeah,
darn sick. In Ireland across the fucking world.
it
So
was the luck of the Irish, bro. I was feeling it all day. I told you I was like right when I saw that there was another Colts fan in
oh
Ireland,
yeah.
bro. And of all things, this guy, I look at him across the street and I see a number 5 Colts jersey, and I was like, "Is this man wearing Anthony Richardson in
I wonder how he
Dublin,
felt about that.
Ireland?" Oh my god, yeah, I asked him, I was like, "Is this AR?" And he's like, "Yeah." I was like, "Bro, thoughts on today?" So, it
That's
was
so
great.
funny. Um, thoughts though on the Colts, man. You're like Logan said it, week one victory, first time in 13 years, and I think Steichen said it best, or sorry, it was one of the Irsay girls. Uh, Roof was open for one and one reason only. Jim Irsay was looking down upon us to see that victory, to be with us. So rest in peace, big man. But you got
RIP.
the victory. RIP. We did it for you. The Colts did it for you. And it just felt like different energy, Logan. Like they came out collectively as a team as opposed to either just announcing the offense or defense every other game. They walked
Mhm.
out together before the game started. The energy just felt different right from the get go. Daniel
Wow.
Jones took a big hit. It don't matter. He got back up. It hit a field goal, Cam Bynum pick, touchdown the next drive. And it's for the first time, I think, in Colts history, all 7 of our drives ended up in points, either field goals or touchdowns. Shout out to Matthew Judon for running into Sanchez to be able to extend the drive, our punter.
Dude,
Wait,
right?
Sanchez, right? Sanchez? Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
Rigoberto
Rigoberto.
Sanchez.
Yes. So
Yes.
shout out Matthew Judon for doing that. We really appreciate you here, letting us hold a record. Danny Dimes, can you get a cup clap? A lot of cup claps today. Cup clap for Danny Dimes. I, for one,
It's no longer Danny Dimes around these parts anymore, partner.
no, it's Indiana Jones, brother.
It's Indiana Jones.
No,
It's
but
gonna
shout
stick, don't
out.
worry. Give it a
It
couple
will.
weeks. Give it a couple weeks.
It will
Yeah.
stick. Shout out, man. I was probably one of the I don't want to say haters, but biggest non-believers of the situation. I thought you were always going to come in and just kind of hype Anthony Richardson up to take it to the next level. But the fact that you came in, you showcase that you're a leader. You can tell the organization and the players love you, and you lead us to our first broken curse of the season. Hopefully, one more to come. Just shout out to you, man. You played your ass off. 272 yards passing, 2 touchdowns on the
Yeah.
ground, one in the air.
272.
Just absurd, absurd performance. And that, I mean, biggest takeaway is just we broke a fucking curse. We did it. We won a
Yeah.
week one game,
That was
and
all that we were trying to do, man. Like, at the end of the day, I
exactly,
agree. Like, we talked about it. It was like just for me, it was such a great start to a season that, like we've talked about, where everything is on the table and you have to show and prove that you are not the same team that you've been the last 3 years, right? Just a laughing
yeah,
stock kind of, you know, the team that everyone calls mediocre and can't get it done and just is going to go 8-9 or 9-8. I do think the week 1 win, it's the first step towards a better future. It's in the right going in the right direction. I'm not overreacting and saying, "Oh my god, like now not that they won week 1, they're going to be a playoff team." They
Well,
still
they
got a
are the
lot of
number
work to
1
do.
seed, so
Hey, stop the count. Stop the count, bro. Stop the
if the
count.
playoffs started today, we
Yeah,
would be
yeah,
in
yeah,
a
yeah.
bye week. We'd have a bye week, so
Crazy, bro. But no, real talk at the end of the day, yeah, huge first step and towards the right direction of just being where this team needed to do. You could tell. I'm glad that you added that point. For me, that is a really cool thing to see that the team took it seriously because they haven't
Mhm.
been taking shit seriously for the past few years now. They haven't been playing with a lot of passion. You can tell. You can tell when guys are playing with passion, and you can tell when guys are not playing with passion. And they were playing with some freaking passion on Sunday against the Dolphins, bro. Like,
Fire
they
under their
really were. You
booty.
could tell them. Yeah, they were flying around, everybody was hitting,
Yeah,
everybody was moving,
yeah,
everybody was celebrating after the play, everybody was together. So, yeah, that's what we need to see. Lou Anarumo talked about it in training camp. He wants to see the entire defense go crazy, right? When we get a turnover, we want to
boy, they
see
did.
the entire offense rush to the guy who scores a touchdown. Those are the things that good teams do. They're good camaraderie, good teammate, and
Chemistry.
that's yeah, good chemistry. Yeah, that's what I want to
I
see.
agree.
So, good
I
step in
agree.
the right direction.
It was good to see a couple of things that were really good to see on the offensive side of the ball. One, I had my doubts on the offensive line. Like I knew they were going to be good, but was definitely worried about two sophomores in Bortolini and Gonzalez. But I think they were like
Mm,
the number one ranked center and the number four ranked right guard of week one. So was just phenomenal to see that and that chemistry and the communication that they had as a collective. I think was really impressive and just giving Danny Dimes one of the cleanest pockets he's ever had. I think it's the third cleanest pocket he's ever had in an NFL game. And he's been around for 6 seasons. So
wow.
shout out, and that's just week one. So, and against a really good front, like Miami may struggle in the secondary, but their front is
Right.
is very
Right.
solid. So that was exciting to see. I think the two pass catchers that really impressed were one Tyler Warren, 7 for 76. Michael Pittman said he would have had like 250, but they wanted to spread around the spread around the ball a little bit more. But he was just dogging the Dolphins defense. So it's cool to see just a rookie pick, our first round pick, have that much impact immediately. It showcases what a phenomenal pick that was. And then
Yeah.
lastly, I think you agree with me on this. Michael Pittman, what a bounce back. I know last year dealing with the entire, season with a fractured back, was an IR candidate. Should have been on IR if it wasn't for his physicality and just demeanor to be able to want to play the game
Hmm.
while being injured just speaks to his character. But just to see him bounce back and play as well as he did, catch a touchdown, have like 6 or 7 catches, like it was just really cool to see kind of that vintage, I can kind of do anything and everything, Michael Pittman Jr. back on the field. So
Yeah, to piggyback off your point, I think the couple things that I was the most impressed and most pleased with was definitely Tyler Warren, and not just Tyler Warren, but I was impressed and pleased with how the Colts were scheming up plays for him. So it's
yeah,
not like Daniel Jones was getting to Tyler Warren on his third or fourth read. The play was designed for Tyler Warren multiple times. Most of his catches, I would even argue, were
yep,
designed for Tyler Warren. You could tell, and I wanted to highlight one play that I saw that just shows how much the Colts trust a rookie tight end. If I'm not mistaken, I think it was either second down or third down, but it was a decent long distance. I think it might have been like second and 10 or third and 10 or something. And I remember they threw him kind of like a little screen pass. It was almost like a little bubble screen and like let him run after the catch. And I was
mm,
just like, it's crazy to have an offensive weapon at the tight end position where you're like, we're going to get him the ball in his hands and just let him go in the open field. Usually you don't
Tyler
see that
Warren,
with the
baby,
tight end position.
Yak
You really
monster,
don't. You really don't. And then I saw the hand. I told you this. Saw the handoff. They did
the
hand him the
fullback.
rock.
Come
They
on,
handed
baby,
him the rock at fullback. I knew it was coming. I knew it was
come
coming.
on. That was third and
I
one
I
too, I
will
think.
I will guarantee you this at some point this season, Addy. We will hear touchdown INDY Tyler Warren at the fullback position. They're
Rushes it in
going to
for
hand him
6.
they're going to hand him the rock
Yep.
from, the 5-yard line or the 3-yard line or even on the goal line. I'm telling you he's going to get in at some point. So,
Yeah.
yeah, that was cool to see. And then I think my second thing that I was most pleased with, we touched on it a little bit last episode, but I was so pleased with the veteran players on the defensive side.
Yeah.
Xavier Howard, phenomenal game actually for literally having what, a
Week and a
couple
half,
days
2 weeks.
max in the playbook. Yeah, like there's no way he had much time at all. Not to
Yeah.
mention he's coming off of not playing at all, right? For
Yeah.
like a season or two. So really impressed with him. I was impressed obviously with Cam Bynum right away, making impact. Both
And
as a leader,
celebrations.
yeah, as a leader on the sideline, celebrations. Yeah, already making impacts, already making turnovers. Charvarius Ward, excellent game from him too. Hopefully he's okay with his injury. We'll see. We'll
Mm.
see on that. But yeah, I just thought it was all around. And then our guy, dude, the guy that was supposed to step up, that I said needed to step up. I thought he was going to step up in the pass rush game. This man dropped back in coverage because of Lou Anarumo's defense and
Yep.
got himself an interception. So that was pretty damn
Yep.
cool. So hey,
That
if you're an impact player, you got to find ways to make impactful plays, whether it be
exactly.
on the D line or whether it be getting a pick. So that was cool to see
That
as well.
was that was my biggest takeaway too, right? They say this term defense wins championships. You always need to have a good defense. This is the same defense that Lou Anarumo beat Mahomes with in the AFC Championship game. Or the same coordinator and Lou Anarumo to go to the playoffs or to go to the Super Bowl and inevitably lose to Sean McVay and the Rams. But defense wins championships, and it was kind of showcased against what is usually a good offense in Week 1. Dolphins typically are pretty good Week 1 with Tyreek and
Yeah,
Tua and Waddle and Mike Daniels and A-Chain. They just do
shocking.
the right things. Lou Anarumo was my MVP of the game. And I spoke about this yesterday. It's Daniel Jones, obviously, on the opposite side of the ball. I think he did a really good job just doing his thing, which is surprising. And Shane Steichen did a phenomenal job. But Lou Anarumo, just the things that he dialed up, it was complete opposite of what Gus Bradley used to do. He never used to blitz
Yeah.
anyone. He dropped into cover three every single time. It give the opposing quarterback enough time to find the gaps, find the holes where he needs to throw the ball. Versus over here, it was just, yeah, they played in their base scheme, their cover two man, but every so often they'd bring a guy, and it fucking confused the shit out of Tua. Like they brought Kenny
Oof.
Moore, and
Yeah.
it led to a fumble recovery by the Colts. They brought Nick Cross for a sack. Like you mentioned, that Latu play was my favorite play because they had two DTs.
Crazy.
They had two defensive ends. They drop Latu and Quiddy into coverage. They rush the two DTs and they bring in the will linebacker. And there's three people rushing, drop
Gus
eight into coverage. Gus would have never
Gus
done
would
that.
never. Gus would
No,
never ever.
and it just shows, like, how held back this defense was 'cause I get it, there's been injuries and stuff, but this is a very similar defense to how it was last season and the year prior, minus a couple of, Cam Bynum's, Travarius Ward, and, Xavier Howard, but it is a very similar defense outside of that. So to have these similar
Yeah.
players in place, but a new defensive coordinator that actually does things the right way, that showcases that defense actually matters and can help you win games, that was my MVP of the game, and I hope he continues that into the next week,
Mm,
and it's not just a one game thing, but this offense is usually really good, the Dolphins offense, to be able to handle them
right.
with ease.
I was gonna say because I know a lot of people are like, "Oh, the Colts whipped up on the Dolphins, and now all of a sudden everyone's just shitting on the Dolphins and saying they're like one of the worst teams in the league." I've seen so many videos saying like, "All the Dolphins are trash. All the Dolphins are terrible." I'm like, okay, maybe on the defensive side of the ball, I can see that, right? Because they've just faced so many injuries. But on the offensive side of the ball, it's like you got They have Tyreek Hill, they have Jalen Waddle, they have Devon Achane. Like they have freaking playmakers, bro, and freaking
Tua
speed. And
just looked
so,
confused. Like,
yeah,
Lou
like
just
I
had
don't
him
want to
in
hear this
hell.
like shit that people have been saying, like, oh, the Colts, beat up on a shit Dolphins team. I'm like, this Dolphins team is an offense that puts up 40 plus points sometimes with ease. I mean, we're talking about a freaking Dolphins team that dropped what 70 on the Broncos a couple years
Mhm.
ago. I'm like, I don't
Sean
care
Payton's
how bad
Broncos.
you are, man. If you drop 70 on a team, that means
Must be
you're a
doing
good
something right.
offense, bro. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I didn't get that. I just think it was a really. I think I agree with you. I think it was a really good defensive scheme by the Indianapolis Colts. He genuinely looked confused out there, him being Tua, and
Yeah.
I thought it was so funny. I don't know if you saw that quote. Xavier Howard was quoted after the game saying, all we had to do was take away Tua's
Oh
first
my god.
read, and he, like, freaked
In the
out,
middle
and
of
I
the
was
field.
like, "Bro," called him out, which is so funny because that quote has some truth to it because Xavier
It
Howard
wor
played against Tua for years. Yeah,
Yeah,
no, I mean, like in
exactly.
practice. So that's kind of funny. I thought that was really funny, and yeah, an indictment
Yeah.
on Tua for sure. But it was pretty cool that we have a defensive coordinator now that doesn't allow a quarterback to just sit back and
Oh my
hit his
god,
first read
dissect
every
us.
single time because of it's such a soft zone coverage.
Absurd.
I'm
It's
sorry,
absurd. I
Gus,
hope
but
Gus, you're doing well. I don't know where you're at, but
yeah.
I
Hope you're
hope you're
doing
doing
well,
well
but I
on
hope
live.
you watch that and we're like, "Man, so that's what it looks like to actually run a defensive scheme that is not completely soft and
Yeah.
just
Imagine you could have
shit."
retained your job. You just did that. I do wanna say, Logan, before we before we end the conversation about the Colts and Dolphins, not I know we're on highs of the highs right now. It's Wednesday,
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
loving life. I don't mean to shit on you, Logan. I know you just got engaged, you just had a really good vacation, but I just wanna say Logan picked the Dolphins to win this game. I just wanna put it out
Hey,
there
that
into the
was
ether.
before I
I
knew
just
that
wanna
the
put it out
Colts
there.
were gonna come out, that Daniel Jones was actually forgot who he was and gonna be
No,
prime Peyton Manning.
what I will
Alright,
say is I had the Colts winning, like, 27-24, so to win 30-8, to beat them
crazy.
30-8 is just, like,
33 to 8. Yeah,
absurd.
I don't think anybody, and I mean
Mm,
anybody besides maybe the Colts players themselves would have predicted that. That
yeah.
was unbelievable. Could not have written up a better week 1. So, yeah, super proud of the
You
boys, and I'm hoping I know obviously they're not gonna be able to continue that level of dominance all season long because it's the
They might.
NFL, but okay. Alright.
You know damn well I'm picking the Colts next week. You know damn well I'm picking
Dude,
the Colts next week.
what's crazy is I picked the Colts, if you remember, I picked the Colts to beat the Broncos, and I picked them
Ah,
to
you about to
lose to
snip
the
snap now.
Dolphins.
I'll flip flop now.
No, 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 we're rolling with it, we're rolling with it. I
Okay,
gotta
okay.
gotta
Well,
keep it.
you
I need
well, Cup
revenge,
fans,
man. I need
you do.
revenge.
Well,
Yeah.
Cup fans, you gotta tune into the next episode. We're gonna be this was the, the aftermath of the Dolphins and Colts. We're gonna be previewing the Colts versus the Broncos, back-to-back games in Lucas Oil Stadium against the Broncos team that just beat the Tennessee Titans. Not so handedly, but we'll talk about that in the next
Boo.
episode. Boo! Fuck the Titans. Fuck the
All
Broncos.
my homies hate the Titans. Make sure you click that subscribe button and follow us on all socials, and we will see you guys in the next one.